And we are live. So, wow, just let me check if I can share it in my group so that those of you who are in the group can watch it also there. And welcome. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And today, as I said, we're gonna be talking about questions that you guys had about self-love period, what is it, and so on. I did make a list in case you were wondering, but I'm not gonna show you my handwriting because it's horrible. I choose to believe that it's like, you know, that idea that like intelligent people have horrible handwriting. So that's what I choose to believe, but I'm not gonna show you, but I do have a list. So we're gonna start by I can't see the freaking comments, wait. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna start with the most important question, and that is, what is self-love period? What is it all about, and so on. And self-love period is basically this gentle and unique hormone nurturing program and cycle syncing program that is completely aligned with intuitive eating and with health at every size. So this means that in this program, in self-love period, we are not gonna be doing any sort of restrictions, like there won't be like foods that you need to cut out that are forbidden and so on, because that then, you know, creates this unhealthy relationship with food, which then creates the stress, which then is like not helpful for your hormones at all. So this is at the center of self-love period, is this idea that you are the boss of your food choices, of your other choices as well, and you are the only one who can know what's right for you in every single moment. And you know, I lead you there to gently nourish yourself, to nurture your hormones, and to gently sync in with your cycle. And it's designed to be this long-term solution. It's designed to be your long-term guide, something that you're gonna be coming back to and then slowly be implementing and so on. So like, you don't get here like a to-do list, you know, or to cut out foods list or something like that. It's not like that. It's like it has this gentle approach to where in every single module you are the one who chooses, you know, if that is something that like feels good to you right now in life, if that is something that you can be doing now, if it fits your life right now, and if it doesn't, that's completely okay. That is fine. You are doing what you can in a way that feels really, really good to you. And you are at the center of the choosing whatever it is, whatever it means to be, you know, doing those hormone nurturing things and syncing in with your cycle. So it's supposed to be this long journey which we start with self-love period, okay? So we'll be going through 6 weeks together, and it has 10 modules, and each week I'm gonna be taking 2 modules. So first week we're gonna be talking about stress, and we're gonna be talking about sleeping. Those are our first 2 modules, because those are the things that are long-term gonna make the greatest difference for your hormones. So like, even if you don't join self-love period, please know that like managing stress and so on, and sleeping well and prioritizing sleep are the things that are gonna like make the greatest difference for your health, for your hormones, okay? So then we're gonna be talking all about, in the second week, in the next 2 modules, which are that loving nutrition, where you are free for the first time. You have a program where you are free to do whatever feels good to you with the food. There is nothing you need to cut out. There are some suggestions and so on that you may, you know, include in your eating world, but it's always with this gentle, loving approach that feels really aligned for you, because at the end of the day, that's at the core of self-love period, is you coming home to yourself and choosing whatever it is that feels really, really good to you, and choosing whatever it is that works for you in that moment. So with that, we're gonna be talking about nutrition and the movement, joyful movement, and we're also gonna be talking later when we talk about syncing in with your cycle, what kind of movement is probably gonna feel the best in which phase and so on. So it's really fun. It's really fun, and it's light, but it's life-changing, because if you implement stuff from here, and the most important thing to implement is that like gentle approach to all of it, that's what's gonna create really, really like amazing results for you long term. Okay, this goes like beyond these 6 weeks. Like, you're not gonna be coming and do these 6 weeks and then you just forget everything, you know, and you like just like get amnesia and don't know what we were talking about, right? You carry all of that wisdom, everything that you have learned, and you come back to all the materials and modules and so on, and then you can, you know, evolve your journey as you are growing, as feels good to you. Okay, in the third week, we're gonna be talking about the truth about detoxing and inflammation, because the diet culture, it makes a really good job telling us that like we need to eat only anti-inflammatory foods, and we need all sorts of detoxes and blah blah blah. And so we're gonna be learning about what's the truth behind that, what is the whole inflammation thing, what is the whole detoxing thing, and what is the truth, and what you can be doing to support your body in this gentle way that's gonna make the biggest difference for you. And I really love this, and to tell you the truth, I wasn't sure if I'm even gonna be including that inflammation and detox, because that is like totally this dieting like words even, right? Just those words already have that diety sound to it, and I wasn't sure I want to include that, because that's like the opposite of what I want to teach. But it's still important to understand the truth about this. So the next time when you hear someone talking about eating anti-inflammatory foods, you can like roll your eyes at that. And for the detoxing, it's the same thing. Okay, so we're gonna be shedding some light onto that, and we're gonna be learning what's really gonna make the difference for you and so on. And then in the week number 4, we're gonna be talking all about you know, follicular and ovulation phase. This is like the second part, and we talk about syncing in with your cycle in the week 4 and the week 5. And then the last week we go over, you know, we do the whole recapping, and we see like what have we learned, what worked for you, what is else, you know, what's your reintegration, how are you gonna be approaching it in the future, and so on, so that you know where you are going. Okay, so that this is not the end, right? That's not the end of your journey. It's just the beginning, basically, because, you know, you're gonna have more cycles, hormones are still there, gonna be always for you, right? So now you're gonna have this blueprint, now you're gonna know what feels good to you and how you want to be approaching this whole hormones and cycle syncing, and how you want to be like implementing that in your life, and how you want to be showing up for yourself. So that's like the overview of those 6 weeks. And of course, you're gonna have bonuses. We have a couple of bonuses, ebooks and so on, and you also get to download all the modules, all the PDFs from each module, and the ebooks that I have for you. That's gonna be a cookbook that gives you like recipes, more like ideas, you know, because as I say in the cookbook, you can always choose, like if you don't like some ingredient, you can just not use that ingredient, right? I want you to have that freedom with everything. Like there is no you can't and you must, like those that's not a part of it. And then I also have a Skin Love Period ebook for you, where I share also how this diet culture is basically ruining our image when it comes to skin. We have this idea that our skin needs to be like always look like it's photoshopped or something, and that's just obviously not the truth, and so on. So I talk about that, and I talk about breakouts and what does it mean when you get a breakout in a certain times of the cycle and so on. And then I also share a bunch of recipes for like face masks and so on. And I also share a recipe for the face cream that I use. Well, I use that cream for like everything in my life. It's amazing. But you can, it's very, very simple, and you can make it for yourself, and it's amazing. It's such a beautiful healing cream. And so I get that, you know, you get there a whole bunch of things that are gonna be your tools forever. As I said, this is not like 6 weeks and then you are done. This is like 6 weeks and then you are just getting started, right? This is now, you will just have all those tools and the blueprint of what feels really, really good to you and what is aligned for you, okay? So that's like the basics of what's gonna be happening in there and so on. And I'm gonna be, because I have a question here like, I'm on the pill, can I still join? And I added in this round, I'm gonna be talking the first week, I'm gonna be talking about the pill. I'm gonna be talking about if you want to like stop taking the pill and so on, how to do it in a way that is gonna be most aligned for you, that's gonna be the easiest. Because if you just drop it and you know, because pill masks the symptoms, they are still there, the reasons why you started taking it, right? If you started taking it for acne or something like that, or those imbalances, you know, pill just masks it, it doesn't go away. And what happens then is that when you stop taking the pill, it all comes back, and it all comes back, well, much worse than it was before. So I included this in this round. I'm gonna be talking about what's your game plan, what's gonna be best for you, so that you can like gently wean off, and how should it look like if it feels aligned. Of course, if you wanna just quit it, that's fine too, but this is gonna be like the gentle approach to it, okay? So if you are on the pill, and if you are thinking about like if you want to stop taking the pill and are not sure if it's serving you anymore and so on, you can still join, like you can still nurture your hormones, and you can still like learn what does it mean to have that cycle, to be that cyclical being, so that you can, you know, benefit from it later when you stop taking the pill, okay? It's really like, you know, you still can take care of your, you know, period. I mean, you don't have a real period if you are on the pill, but you can still take care of your hormones and so on until you choose to stop taking it, okay? So if you are on the pill, don't be like, I can't join because of it. It's totally fine, and we're gonna be talking about it, as I said, so you're gonna be supported on that journey too, okay? The other question that I had was, if I'm pregnant, can I join? The answer is like yes, for the first part, so that hormone nurturing and so on, those are all the things. There is nothing like that you can't specifically do if you are pregnant, right? You still need to sleep, you still need to manage your stress and know why it's important and so on. And pregnancy is kind of like a temporary state, right? You're gonna be, after that, it's gonna be much easier for you to come into that balance, back into that normal, regular cycle, if you are nurturing your hormones, if you understand why is it important to nurture your hormones and what you can be doing to nurture your hormones without all of that restrictions and guilt and all that BS. We are not doing that, definitely not. And also like without the weight loss part of it, because like that's not what's gonna make your hormones healthy. That's like, it's not gonna help you. So we are focusing, as I said, on intuitive eating and health at every size, because those are like the scientifically approaches that feel aligned to me, and there are like over 100 studies confirming their benefits. So it doesn't make sense for me to tell you you're gonna be healthy if you cut out these foods, because that doesn't work. Like I experimented, before I created Self-Love Period, I experimented with all those things. I'm like learning this for years now, and nothing with those restrictions worked. And every single program and book and so on that I have been learning from, they all came with those restrictions. And that's why I had to create this Self-Love Period, because like it can't be like that. It just doesn't work like that. And like there is not a magic food that you cut out and your whole life becomes better, right? You get the health, you get the balanced hormone. That's not how it works, right? It's like a puzzle, and whatever feels good to you is a piece of the puzzle, and what doesn't feel good to you is simply not working for you, and that's it. Okay, you are the boss. You are at the center of everything in Self-Love Period. You are at the center of choosing what you want to be doing in there, and you are at the center of seeing how you want to be syncing in with your cycle. Okay, even that is like, it's more about being aware and knowing what your strengths are, knowing what you can be doing and what's gonna feel really, really easy for you. But that doesn't mean that that's like always available to you, or that you always need to follow it, that you always need to be synced in with your cycle. It's just not possible, like for any one of us. And so it doesn't make sense to stress about it, right? So if you are pregnant, you can join us, and you can still be doing the hormone nurturing part and learn the cycle syncing part, so that when you get your cycle back and when it all goes back to normal, then you can know already, what are your strengths, what advantages you have in each of those phases, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to motherhood, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to like your sex life, when it comes to your career, your business, like your exercise, your food. Everything is impacted by our cycle and by the phases where we are in. And of course, this goes beyond only us, okay? Like my vision for this is not like I help you and now you are good. I know that every single woman who learns these things needs to be like, will have that call and that urge to share that, and you're gonna be an example for other women in your life. And when you heal yourself in this way, when you heal your relationship with your cycle and with yourself, because cycle is this huge part of being a woman, that's the example you are setting for your children, that's the example you are setting for younger women in your life, and so on. And that is also something that we are talking about in these cycle syncing modules, like what does it mean for you, what are your beliefs, and so on, because that like impacts how your cycle is working for you. Like for example, if you are believing that being a woman is a bad thing and it's a curse and so on, studies show that you are more likely to have menstrual cramps, okay? So this is why, it's so important to approach this with this holistic perspective and with this, seeing it from all those aspects and seeing how you impact your cycle and your cycle impacts you throughout those all areas and aspects of life. That's really important to understand, okay? So I'm going off the tangents here, but that's really because I know that this program is amazing, and I know that it's gonna help you, and I know that, like, if you are feeling excited, if it feels like it's something for you, if it feels like you can benefit from getting more, coming home and being more of yourself, and finally having that health that feels good, that doesn't make you like, that doesn't drain you, that doesn't make you like get up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym while you are bleeding or something like that, that doesn't feel good, and it's not serving your health, so it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's the same like I talked about intuitive eating, right? If you want to be eating a donut and you are eating some poor apple hoping it was a donut, you're not gonna even get like all the nutrients from that apple, so it's for nothing. It's like it doesn't make sense, okay? So the next one was that I have PCOS, thyroid issues, irregular periods, and on other specific hormonal issues. Can I still join and feel supported? Hey, feel supported and benefit from self-love period? And I would say yes. Look, I didn't create self-love period specifically for each of those issues, but I had students with PCOS, I had students with thyroid issues, and they were going through this and they benefited, like their results from that were really beneficial, like they didn't need to take medication for thyroid anymore, which was like amazing. But this is like your roots, this is a foundation, and when you have this foundation, when you have this knowledge and wisdom, and when you are practicing all of that that feels really good to you and that fits your lifestyle, you know, that's like the base. And then from that, of course, you're gonna be like taking medication, and you're gonna be like going to your doctor and so on. It's like you can have it all. You don't need to like cut anything out in any way, shape or form, right? You do this, and this is your work, and then you also do, you know, the regular stuff. You take your medication and you go to the doctor. Like, you are a smart woman, you can figure out like that you can't just cut out your medication like that, of course, right? But the benefits are gonna be happening because this is the root. Like, this is what's like generally, overally good for your hormones. It's gonna serve your hormones, and syncing in with your cycle is gonna serve you really, really well. So whatever the issue is, you can still benefit, you can still learn, and you can still feel like you are, you know, equipped with all those tools, with the wisdom, or to, you know, go on your journey forever, like after we are done, okay? So you can still join, you are still welcome to join us. I would love to have you. So I also had a question, like, I have a limited budget, and if I join the program, am I gonna need to buy like some fancy expensive foods and like a million different supplements and so on? And that is such a cute question, and the answer is no. Look, if you enjoy, like, I don't know, $30 green smoothies every morning, that's your thing, and that's amazing, and you do you. But it's not what's necessary in this program. It's not what's necessary in the period, in the self-love period. And you can choose from all of those things that I tell you, that I share with you, that I teach. You can always choose what works for you, and you always want to be starting small, okay? So as far as the supplements go, I talk there about different supplements, but I also tell you that you need to choose like one thing and start with one thing, and then you can see how is that affecting you, how is it working for you, and from there on you can be choosing, you know, maybe you want to take some other supplement, or maybe you want to try out some new food, who knows, you know, you are the boss of what's happening there, okay? So you can have, you know, you don't need to change anything special. There is nothing like you need to buy, I don't know what, like you can start right where you are, and you can still benefit, and you can still learn from, you know, all these modules, and you can still learn from syncing in with your cycle and so on, and it's still gonna be amazing. So just don't worry about that. Okay, so I also had a question. So one of the bonuses is Reiki meditation. We're gonna be doing two healing meditations, and I'm gonna be doing them live in the 2nd and the 4th week, I believe. And so these meditations are gonna be similar to what we are doing in our Facebook group. So if you were participating in Her Story, Journey Through Her Story event, or healing chocolate meditation and so on, it's gonna be similar to that. It's gonna be like a guided meditation with a Reiki, and it's gonna feel really, really amazing. So, and you don't need to do anything special, like even if you can't make it live, just the intention of being willing to receive that healing energy, you know, that's enough. Okay, that's enough for it to work. And then of course you can later catch up with the replay, and then you can check out the whole meditation and have that experience. Which brings me to, you are also having a lifetime access to each module, and the PDFs of each module, and the ebooks, and all those materials, and the meditations, and the hypnosis that I have there. All of that can be downloaded. So you can download it and like have it forever, okay? And of course, if you can't join the live videos, if you can't make it, it's okay. It's gonna be in our Facebook group. It's gonna be there for you to catch a replay. You can always come back to it, like I'm not gonna delete it or anything. It's gonna be there for you, so you can do it whenever, you know, you have time, whenever it fits your lifestyle. And the other thing I want to say about this, because I had this question like, how much time is this gonna take, you know, do I need like like sit all day and watch the modules? And no. It's all like you get when you sign in, when you enroll, you get all the modules available for you. I did this so that you can like choose what feels, you know, what feels right to you, because after all you are the boss here. And so you can choose what modules, where you want to start, what feels aligned for you, and so on. And then you have them all available to you, so that you can do them at your own pace, however it feels best to you. Okay? And since we will be starting with the live calls in January, in the first week, so you are gonna have this support, and this all modules, everything is gonna be available to you until we start with the live calls, right? So you have that support now all through the December, and then in January we are starting with like the real deal. But yeah, it's amazing, like even before we start with the calls, right? So I think I got it all. Yeah, I said, yeah, I told you I made a list, and I think I answered it all. And so what's important to remember is that it's amazing. Seriously, I'm really proud of it, and I'm really grateful for all the students from the previous round, because they were all really, really happy and excited with it, and they loved it. So I know it's not like only me, and I spent a lot of time, I spent a lot of work came into this program and all of that. So I'm really excited to be able to share it all with you. And if you have any more questions, you can always come to me and ask me. And I can't see the comments, which is weird, but I don't know if someone commented anything. I'm gonna be answering later because I can't see it now. But I hope that this answered like your questions and that this helped you, and that you're gonna join us, because I would really love to have you. This is an amazing program, and especially like the cycle syncing part of it, it's really my favorite if I must choose. Because it goes so deep into that, what it means to be a woman, what are the BS stories that we have learned about the cycle, and now you get this whole new level of learning of how this cycle is so freaking powerful, and it can support you in every single area of life, and it's so magical and amazing. And then you get to teach others, like if you have a company, if you are coaching and working with women, then you can, take that wisdom and share it with your clients and see how that shapes your coaching also. Like if you are working with a woman and she's in a certain phase of the cycle, you can then know, what's her strength for that session and how you can use that. Like for example, if she comes to you in her menstrual phase, you are gonna know that what feels best to her right now is evaluating what went wrong, what went right in the month before, and just being very intuitive. So those are gonna be the kind of questions that you wanna ask her, and that way she's gonna feel the most supported by you, right? So it's not like I said, it's not only about you, right? Because all those big changes, all those like global changes, everything starts with you showing up for yourself, understanding yourself, understanding your cycle, understanding your female body and how it works and so on. And then you can share that wisdom and you can be an example for others, and we can like change the freaking world, okay? Like that's the ultimate goal. But yeah, it's really true. Okay, so if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out and ask me. I'm here in DMs, or you can just comment down below and give me #replay if you are watching replay. And I'm so happy to have you here. And yeah, I'm gonna be talking to you next week, right? And also I'm gonna put a link to join somewhere down or up, I don't know. So I hope to see you in there, and it's really amazing. You're gonna love it, okay? Okay? See ya next week. Bye bye.